We're about to dive into our final Patriots mock draft here on the show. Can't believe we've made it. It is draft week. And listen, don't miss the real draft. That's going to be coming on Thursday. We will have coverage of every single pick in some form here on the channel. So hit the subscribe button. And once you do, turn on those notifications. Only 1,500 of you guys have done so. So after you subscribe, you click the bell and select all. Then you know you are notified. And every single time we publish a video on this channel, you will be notified on your phone. All right, I'm Harrison Graham. It is Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Final mock draft time, 14.0. I think at all of Chat Sports, this is the second most mock drafts on any YouTube channel. That's a credit to you guys for watching them, tuning in, so we appreciate it here at Patriots Today. And when you have a top 5 pick, you got to crank out different mocks. So let's get to it. And you know what? With all the chatter, all the buzz, I think the most likely scenario, which is what we try to do these mocks for the most part, is Drake Maye, because I still think Jaden Daniels goes 2. We know Caleb Williams is going 1. And I think most likely the Patriots would stay at 3. And if they do, I think they would take Drake Maye over J.J. McCarthy. I just think he's the better talent. I think he's got more physical upside. He's got more throws on tape than McCarthy does throughout his NFL career. I get it. May not be the cleanest prospect. The footwork and decision-making might need some work, but I've seen him do things that not many prospects can in terms of the ability to just throw off-platform, on-platform, in the pocket, out of the pocket, different arm angles. The only guy who does all that stuff better in this draft is Caleb Williams. Maye is better at it than Daniels. He's better at it than McCarthy. That's a guy worth gambling on at 6'4", 225 pounds. So I think in the end, Elliott Wolf stays put at 3 and takes Drake Maye. Now let me know, what do you want to do? You guys are in charge. Do you want the Patriots to draft a quarterback at this pick? Type Y for yes, or you can type N for no. Make the call down in the comments section. Now, we're going to trade down from 34 a few spots here. Carolina, who doesn't have a first-round pick, they do have 33. They're going to come back up and get another pick here, go back-to-back here. Patriots get 39 and 65. Panthers get 34, 103, and 193. So technically the Patriots lose a pick, but they also get 2 top 65 picks here, whereas 2 of the 3 picks for Carolina is outside the top 100. So I think pretty good value here. And we get a guy we talked about on Monday, Ricky Pearsall, the wide receiver out of Florida. And I kind of put him in that third tier of receivers in this draft, right? You've got your big 3 of Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, and Malik Neighbors. Then you got that next tier of Brian Thomas Jr. and Adonai Mitchell from Texas. Then after that, I think Pearsall is in that bucket with Ladd McConkey and Keon Coleman and Troy Franklin and Xavier Legette, kind of whoever you want in that range. It's kind of pick your flavor, and I think that run of receivers will start early day 2, and I think Pearsall is going to be in there. He'll be in that 35 to 50 range if I had to guess. 6'1", just under 200 pounds, strong enough, really good releases off the line. If Florida had adequate offensive play at all over the past few years, I think he would have put up even bigger numbers. And look, I don't know if he has true wide receiver 1 potential, but I do think he could be a number 2 and be one pretty quickly. I think he translates to the NFL pretty fast, and I think he can be an X receiver in the National Football League as well. I do think he has enough size and boundary upside that he can do that, and that is the beauty of him as well. Is like I think you could put him in the slide. You can have him do different things. He's got elite speed. He's got a 42-inch vertical at a broad jump of almost 11 feet. What does that tell you? Explosiveness. This guy's being slept on. I think you're going to see him go pretty early on day 2. Okay, round 3, pick number 65, Patrick Paul. And if you've listened to the most recent draft rumors, I think the draft variance of this guy is larger than any other prospect in the NFL draft. He came out on a podcast and said, I think I'm going to go on Thursday, a.k.a. in round 1. He thinks he's going to go higher than most people think. Other guys like Daniel Jeremiah have come out and been like, this is not a second-round guy for me. I wouldn't take him before the 3rd. So I'll be curious to see where he goes. I think at 65 it's an absolute steal. Full disclosure, I would be surprised if he got to that standpoint. But if he does, I think it's great value. Someone always slides at these premium positions. Maybe he's that guy. And it's a deep offensive tackle draft, so maybe he could slide a bit. He's got the physical tools to be a starting left tackle in the NFL. Now, is he going to have some bumps as a rookie? Probably. Like, you're going to have to live with those. He's a much better pass blocker than run blocker. He played in, those air raid Big 12 systems that don't run the ball much, so he definitely needs some technical refining, but I thought he held up well against Big 12 pass rushers when Houston made the jump to a bigger conference. That was a positive sign for me, and again, the tools are there. With good coaching, I think this guy can be at least an adequate left tackle, if not better, in the National Football League. Before we get to our next selection here, I do want to tell you about today's sponsor. Shout out to Game Time, the best online ticketing purchasing app available. We got a deal for you, $20 off when you download the app and create an account with promo code CHATSPORTS. Listen, how about Boston sports right now? You got the Celtics in the playoffs. You got the Bruins. You got the Red Sox underway. They've been pretty solid early on as well. And if you want to get the best prices available, go to Game Time. What's cool about Game Time is they're going to kind of filter out the best offers available, like best bang for your buck, depending on the quality of seat in the stadium. Day of flash sales where they're trying to fill those seats. So sometimes they'll lower those prices for you to get you in the building. So if you want to wait till the last minute, you can do that as well. They've got pictures of every single seat available in the stadium. That way you know exactly what your vantage point is, especially if you've never been to a Fenway Park or TD Garden. You don't know exactly, what the better seats are. You're going to see real-time photos of what your vantage point would be, which I value a ton when I purchase my tickets. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Search Game Time in your app store. Click the link in the description and comments of this video. It'll redirect you there, and you can get going with Game Time right now. Okay, another trade alert. Let's move back a couple spots again. Cardinals pick up 68, 137. Patriots drop to 71, pick up 104. So you move up, 30-plus picks there on day 3. Just to drop 3 on day 2. I think that's pretty good. Jaden Hicks, the safety out of Washington State. And I think this position is an interesting one to follow in this draft because there's not really a round 1 safety, but there might be like 6 or 7 on day 2, and Jaden Hicks is one of them. Dane Brugler of The Athletic actually has him as his top-rated safety, so be curious. It's kind of, again, a pick your flavor. What type of safety are you looking for? But this guy really bursted onto the scene this year, and you've got Duggar and Peppers, obviously, but Peppers last year of his deal, Mapu you brought in last year, is he a long-term solution there? I think Jaden Hicks is a guy who can kind of come in, be kind of a roamer, Tyrann Mathieu style. Then if Peppers walks, maybe he slides into his spot the next year. But he can do some different things. You can put him at nickel. He can play closer to the line of scrimmage because he's a willing tackler as well. He's very versatile, which is why draft analysts like him and why he's moving up draft boards. And his statistics kind of outlay that. Good tackler, TFLs, 3 sacks. He's got the ball production as well. Hard hitter. He does a little bit of everything, and I think he'd be kind of a Swiss Army knife as a rookie for Jerod Mayo. Okay, over under 2.5 trades for the Patriots in this NFL draft. Type O for over or U for under. We've done 2 so far in this mock. We'll see if we got another one for you guys. All right, round 4, pick 104, Brenden Rice, the wide receiver out of USC. And I think this is kind of right in the range for him because I've seen him go as early as mid-round 3 and as late round 4. I think late round 3, early round 4 is proper value. I think right around pick 100 is good range for him because he's a little inconsistent with his separation ability, but he is a vertical threat. Pretty good after the catch as well when he does get involved. It's just when you watch USC last year, he would just go, segments of games where he's just unable to get open. So I think in the middle rounds, it's pretty good. I think he kind of projects as a number 3 that could become a number 2 at some point in the NFL. Of course, the son of Jerry Rice, so he's got that family lineage there as well. I think in the 4th round, it's pretty good value. Speaking of USC, Caleb Williams, if you want to see where every player in this NFL draft goes, join our Chat Sports coverage, all 7 rounds at youtube.com/chatsportstv starting Thursday night. I think we're going live at 6 o'clock Eastern, a couple hours before the draft, and then we'll be live for all of round 1. Same deal the next day, rounds 2 and 3, and then we'll be live for rounds 4 through 7 as well on Saturday. Covering it all for you guys, so subscribe and do not miss out. Grayson Murphy, the edge out of UCLA. I would put him in the draft sleepers category. He's kind of the lesser known of the Murphys out of UCLA. They've got Latu. I think Gabriel Murphy is the other Murphy. Yes, that is correct. He's going to go like probably 3rd, 4th round. And then Grayson, his brother, pretty good as well. I think he'll go 5th, 6th round. And he had 5 sacks, 52 pressures, pretty good for UCLA's kind of 3rd rusher last year. He can play, I think, a sub-package guy, a rotation rusher who could come in and give you some production there. Certainly don't mind that at all. You can't ever have enough pass rushers. And just as a beneficiary, I think he's more of a 3-4 fit, which fits this defense. Yes, we're doing it again. I was very conflicted when we were putting this mock draft together. Do we draft another kicker? Because Chad Ryland, that thing went disastrously last year. Although he did beat the Broncos, which was fun at the time. Will Reichard, who was a baller for Alabama. I will say the guy was a stud, but I'm just conflicted because it seems like kickers that have been drafted versus those who have not necessarily worked out. But Reichard does have the chops to be a good pro. We'll see if that works out. And round 7 versus what was Ryland? Round 4 last year, round 5, I think round 4. I think it's obviously hugely different value there. And Chad Ryland just wasn't good. 16-25, guys, is just absolutely brutal. And to add salt to the wound, the biggest kick he made of the season really kind of cost the Patriots, if we're being completely honest, in the long haul. It was fun at the time, but at minimum, you got to bring in competition for him, and Reichard certainly would provide that. All right, there you have it. Mock Draft 14.0, our final version in the books here on Patriots Today. You've got Drake Maye in round 1. A couple of trade downs on day 2. You land Ricky Pearsall at wide receiver, Houston offensive tackle Patrick Paul, as well as Washington State safety Jaden Hicks. You come back and double down at receiver with Brenden Rice. UCLA edge Grayson Murphy, and then Will Reichard, the kicker out of Alabama. There you have it. Grade our final Patriots mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. And don't forget to tune in to our videos during the draft, to Chat Sports during the draft as well. We got you covered. Lock it in. The draft is here. We'll see you guys over the next 3 days.